So who are you? What do you want?
Friends in the shadows call me Ro. I think that's all you need to know. We're looking for a friend. We'd like to know where he is. Because obviously, I don't think you'd take him for any old reason.
No, but I can assure you, he will not be harmed.
Yeah, I kind of figure. It's a little odd for them to blackmail.
What?
Hmm?
What did you say?
Blackmail? Were you not? Well, of course you weren't made aware. Kept in the dark, probably.
We didn't blackmail anyone.
You didn't. But the people who you did this for, unless this was really for yourselves, did.
You still have the record. Should I relay it?
I think we should.
Yeah, go ahead.
I send over the copy that we have of the text file containing the ransom note, including the section regarding the blackmail notice.
No, this wasn't us.
It wasn't?
No.
The whole thing, or just this note?
This note.
I kind of figured it wasn't. Which is why I don't think this has to get personal. I just need to know who did write this note.
Look, all we were hired to do was to take him, keep him away, and bring him back safely.
And where is he now?
In a safe place.
Of course.
Hired by who?
She won't say. It's code. It's part of the code.
It's not appropriate to mention your employer.
No, not really. Which is why I didn't think this would get this far. But it's gotten farther than I thought.
Wait, you said return him safely. Return him safely where?
Back to his room.
Back to his room?
Yes. We don't intend him any harm.
Does your employer know where he is?
Plausible deniability. I'd say no.
You know, out of character, this just seems like he had himself kidnapped, made a huge deal out of it, and is just going to take the bribe money basically as embezzlement. This is what's coming across to me.
So what was the deal with the knife in the wall? That seemed like a woman's scorn kind of thing, but obviously that wasn't the case. I definitely leave a knife in my boyfriend's wall if he did something. But...
It was intended to throw you off, and it seems like it worked.
A little bit. I'll admit it. Seemed kind of odd.
The rest of the pattern did not match.
Yeah. Didn't really have anything to back it up, though, because obviously we found you.
Indeed.
Let me think. How could this benefit both of us? Because that's all it's about. That's all it's ever about. I can't think tonight. That was out of character.
Okay.
Anyone have any ideas? She says over the sub-vocal. Was there anything that would make it so that you wouldn't get him back safely? Because clearly your employer doesn't expect that if the ransom doesn't go through.
There was no ransom deal involved in our employment.
I understand that, but...
We're protecting him.
Exactly. When is he going to come back?
The deal was just to keep him away for 24 hours.
Works.
It's also within the time frame that is listed on the note.
Yep.
What were you looking for?
I'm assuming that's just to throw us off as well.
Yeah, it's just trashing the place.
For funsies.
That would explain the random assortment and the fact that nothing was touched.
And why you broke the watch.
The watch breaking was just,
What watch?
Just a watch. Don't worry about it. Alright. So, being assured that you can keep him safe works. However, more than likely, don't okay.
Don't worry about the watch.
Don't worry about the watch.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I'll be frank. Your employer probably plans to betray you.
Well, that's a problem for them.
It is. It's also a problem for us. I assume they paid you half and half? Half up front, half later.
Standard deal.
Of course. We really got shafted this time. Oh well. Problem is, they probably aren't going to pay you.
No.
That begs the question, what happens when they don't pay?
That's the point. I'm assuming you go after them. They're not too big.
Well, that depends entirely if they come after us.
You don't care if they don't pay you?
Oh, we'll care, but it's not worth going up against them.
So it's someone big, or big enough, which doesn't narrow down the choices at all, but...
No, too many big players.
Way too many big players.
It is in both our best interests to ensure that he survives, to the stated point.
Well then.
This is also in both our best interests to make sure that we both end up with all of our limbs intact by the end of this.
And how about this?
Dog's got a point.
We'll keep watching him, and I can assure you that he'll be protected. You go find out what this whole ransom business is about.
And if any issues come our way, should we work together to solve the issue, or is that yours alone?
We can deal with it.
But we're back where we started, aren't we?
I think we should talk to our employer about the new situation.
We could go back into that. But do you have any helpful tips? Anything at all, sweetie?
Hit the street.
Of course.
I think we've been asking the wrong question. We should have been asking who has a vested interest in gaining money from our employer, or who has a vested interest in causing damage to our employer.
That's a point. All right.
Might help you to know more about your employer in that case.
Indeed. I can't think of anything else to ask this lady. Oh, well. How will we get in contact with you? Just to make sure. Because I'm assuming you're somewhat interested in what all this blackmail business is about. Especially since he's not going to pay it. So something very bad is going to happen to this gentleman if nothing is done.
Well, you know the one who... You know our fixer, apparently. You can get in contact through her.
Alright.
Let's try to keep the connections between us
Separate.
tenuous.
Yeah, that's fair. You have a good night.
We'll see.
So.
And the two of you leave. Separately.
Right. Not together. Unless we want to hit a bar or something. But
No, she's working tonight.
Kind of figured. I guess we could roll... What time of night is it?
Let's see. Your meeting was at 6. Probably like 20 minutes to get to the bar, then 2 hours after that.
So about 7:30-ish?
Probably around 8 to 9.
Alright, so we have 13 hours to figure this out. It would have been helpful if we had the comm link intact, but things happen. What can I do about... Can I roll for Mafia Politics?
Yeah, sure.
Is there anyone else who could help me out with that roll?
Mafia, yeah, I've got a good Mafia roll.
What's your Mafia roll?
6.
Mine too.
So, what are you trying to figure out specifically?
Enemies of the... What are they? The Falcone? What is the...
Falcone is your Johnson.
Yeah. What's the Mafia's name? The what Mafia?
Chavez? Or Cascahillo?
Cascahillo. Isn't that what this is?
What is?
Have I been going off of the wrong... I figured Falcone was a Johnson that belonged to the Cascahillo.
You don't know much about the Johnson, actually. Just that he runs this corporate retreat.
And he was personally the one who was being requested the ransom?
Yes, the ransom note was addressed to him. Ransom and blackmail.
So who would have an issue specifically with this retreat?
I guess about any sort of mafia ties to this ranch.
Okay.
So if he rolls a 6 and I roll a 6, then I'm gonna roll to assist Dr. Boom.
Okay. Pool your knowledge.
Look at all those 3s. Wow. So he rolls 76 now. Fantastic.
You are not aware of any mafia connections to Darren Falcone.
Doesn't help.
It seems more and more apparent that they were trying to blackmail this association, probably to damage the association directly. Do we have an account number on the ransom note?
Indeed, for a Zurich Orbital Bank.
That isn't very helpful.
No. I'm assuming that's just the It's the equivalent of a Swiss bank.
It's a drop box.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's the high financial equivalent of a specific street address that you're supposed to drop off a suitcase at a specific time.
Yeah. What was the guy's name again?
The kidnapped
Like-
dude?
Blinky?
Like, Belinky. I wanted to say Tinky Winky, I knew that wasn't right.
It should be Tinky Winky.
I'm trying to put that in my notes, so I'm just putting in Blinky.
Okay.
What was his first name? Blinky what? Or something Blinky?
Jonathan, I think.
Yeah, Jonathan Blinky.
If I had anything I could really do, I'd try, but I know that searching for anything regarding an orbital bank account is not going to help us here.
Yeah. So they're wanting him to drop off in some random Dropbox. They're specifically blackmailing a Johnson that has the link to what does Jonathan Belinky work for again? Company?
Jonathan Belinky works at Ares.
Could Ares have a direct reason to damage the summit?
Well, not that you know.
What do we know about the purpose of this summit in the first place?
Well, you know that his ranch is a corporate retreat. Kind of place where executives would go to have trust-building exercises and the like. No, whatever executives do when they're on the clock but out of the office.
Do we have any records of who's currently there?
No.
And after last time, breaking in with our current skill set does not seem to be a good idea.
Do we know if he's due for like any promotions or anything, and anybody who'd be opposed to that?
Don't have any information on that.
Fuck. I mean, we could go back and ask the Johnson.
Can do a data search on connections between Ares and the specific summit, any altercations that may have shown up in the news.
Oh, there's no, like, summit going on.
Just this particular location.
Okay.
Probably won't show up anything, but let me remind myself what I even roll.
I'll take it that's not an actual roll there.
It's a data search.
Well, it could be. Yeah, it's a get information roll.
Well, you have some contacts, don't you, Ghost?
I have somebody who runs. It's more like floor plans and stuff. It's a like security type stuff, like notes. It's a housekeeping type place that I get like floor layouts. I do have a Johnson, but I don't think that really will come in handy. And I have a fencer.
I think you mean fence.
Yeah, it's a pawn shop, so just he does both regular and then some black market stuff on the side. Nothing like super high end,
But yeah, literally the only thing I have, aside from checking with that chieftain that we have a contact with from last run, is just doing data searches.
I literally can't do searches because I have no charisma or skills in that area.
But yeah, maybe some people you know have ways of finding out things about particular interests you are searching. What kind of questions do you have, and who do you have that might be able to answer those?
My guys don't answer the phone. Oh, I suppose Tabby would be a possible answer. And I'm going to try to give Tabby a call.
Yeah, she's the one who hired you.
She should know something about the people who called her.
Yeah, it would make sense. But you have no negotiative ability.
Correct. I make things explode or move faster.
Hey, chum, aren't you on a job?
Yeah, but this job has been getting kind of weird. What can you tell us about the employer?
Falcone?
Yeah.
He was on the up and up. He used to be a fixer. He got out of the biz a few years ago.
Well, the mess he wants cleaned up is becoming more and more complex.
Would there be any reason for someone to attempt to harm his name as far as the safety of his business?
Yeah, I relay that.
It's not really my business to give away information about your employer, but I suppose I could be persuaded.
Alright, how about... Let's see. Well, since I got paid in advance, I'll transfer 100 over.
Okay. Yeah, when he was working, he used to have a really solid rep. Straight shooter. But word has it that there's a washed-out old decker named Hammerjack that's been trying to dig up any dirt he can find on him, and coming up empty.
Do you have any idea where we might find this guy?
I don't know where he is. It's just kind of an old-timer complaining about how things aren't the way they used to be.
Well, awesome. You've been a great help, and if everything works out, there might be a little bonus for you.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But if you can think of anything else, please give me a call.
I'll pull what strings I can.
Awesome. Thank you.
See ya.
Right, I relay that information to the group. See if anyone who has the ability to talk can actually find out, or do a Google search can actually figure out who the hammer is.
Decker would explain a lot of what we were dealing with at the mansion. He had no interest in doing anything to the comlink, or the comlink probably would have had more marks on it than we got when we accidentally torched it, especially considering how powerfully protected it is.
Yeah.
So that would imply... Yeah, I think we might want to ask our employer about hammerjackets.
Hammerjack.
We can also pass on the fact that we're pretty certain that the person will show up alive and well.
You call him up then?
This is definitely Ro's job. The rest of us have basically no chance of assuring anyone of anything.
Right. So basically, what do I need to say?
Well, we just found out that he used to do work for, or with, a decker named Hammerjack and may have had some bad blood with him.
Okay.
And the work that we saw did not match up with a set of warriors because there was obviously a decker working on the side and managed to insert that note. So it seems like it's probably his work.
So what? We're just going to call him up?
Not Hammerjack. We call up our old employer and see if he knows any connections how this man might have decided to attack him.
Okay. I call up Mr. Falcone.
Alright. This is Falcone.
We have a few more questions about the mission you've sent us on.
Very well.
Do you know a certain decker by the name of Hammerjack?
Hammerjack. Yes, I think I recall him.
What do you remember of him?
Back before the crash, as a decker, I think I sent him on a few runs.
Any bad blood? Anything at all you can remember?
I don't quite recall what happened to him, but I know that he's on file with Ares now.
So he's still with Ares?
Well, He's with them now.
The God of War, what does he have to do with this?
That's the point. Falcone, Mr. Falcone.
Yes.
The package you sent us to retrieve.
Yes.
The ones with the package are not the ones who sent the ransom note. And Rose just kind of assumes, we have reason to believe it's the man named Hammerjack. Because we certainly don't have anything else to go on.
I see.
I don't say that last part, by the way.
Have you dealt with the package holders?
They're in process? Not yet, no.
I see. And do you have any proof of this Hammerjack's involvement?
She looks at the others. Shit.
No, not at all.
We have suspicion that it's difficult to collect evidence, especially when any traces of it would be contained within a server that they're keeping locked down.
The thing is, to get that proof that we are pretty sure about, we would need access to some certain servers.
Well, that sounds like you have your work ahead of you.
Did he just give us permission to hack his servers?
He doesn't work for Ares.
They would need to be turned on first. It's not the Ares servers that we're concerned with. It's a security server.
So what should I ask about that?
Do we have any access logs remaining, or were they all destroyed?
His security system is unavailable right now.
Yes, it's been shut down.
We need the security... How do I say this? Can anyone help me out? I'm just frazzled here.
Alright, what are we trying to say now?
I'm trying to ask for permission see if he can do anything about turning on the servers for us. or if he knows a way.
In
Can.
the security servers?
Right. Is that what we're wanting to do? We can get in?
We need the information that is potentially locked down in there. They'd mentioned that they were worried about the potential of there being leftover infection, so having it in some form of lockdown may be a good idea. When it's shut off entirely, it is difficult to actually acquire any information. I assume that they have some form of security decorum staff.
I guess what you're trying to say is we need access to the security server, and is there any way we can make that happen?
I say that.
Not at this time, no.
Is there anyone in security staff we could speak to who may have more information regarding our intruder?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Well, you're on the line with him. I'm going to do a data search regarding who their actual security staff is.
Is there anything else?
I don't believe so, sir. Have a good night.
Good hunting. From what you can tell, Jaron Falcone's ranch has private on-site security.
Yes. Do we have any names of the employment?
I mean, are you able to get to them?
Contacts.
No, not really.
Do we know if Belinky has any, family or anything? That might know if he's involved in anything?
You don't know too much about Belinky right now.
How do we run a data search about that? Because obviously I can't do it.
I have a 1 in data search if you want me to help. Not that it'll do much good.
I guess I'll try.
Well, you could try running a data search on him.
Alright, let me do that.
Heck, you could teamwork with me and we can combine.
Hey, I got a 5!
Dual data search.
With predictable results.
2 hackers on the same keyboard.
Typing simultaneously.
Don't you also add your browse to that?
Data search?
7 dice to work with. Now, does Dr. Boom have anything?
I see. Data search.
And data search plus browse? Data search browse?
So, mostly data search works as an extended test. You just keep searching until you find the information you want, but it will take a lot longer than if somebody just knew the answers. And you can only get information that would be public-facing.
Yeah, and we managed to get absolutely no information about the security team from our employer, so I can tell from the way he's acting that it isn't intentional, but he is actively acting against our ability to help him.
He's trying to protect his investment. Or there's stuff on the server he doesn't want us to see, which are both probable.
We don't personally need to see the servers, we just need assurance from the security team that there is information that we can use as leads. Heck, we're probably not as effective as whatever security he has anyway.
Yeah, if he had any leads, he would probably have shared them with you. So, you gonna run that data search?
I can't.
Yeah, since nobody else seems to want to add any more, and it sounds like Dr. Boom has no browse.
I do not.
Like I said, you can run it as an extended test. Alright, well, you see his professional page on the Ares macro technology website, that he is one of the executives who works in the downtown office in Denver, and he was the driving force behind the Mark IV flak jacket. He pushed his people to get it into production an extra 6 weeks early.
Maybe that's the reason he ended up with that watch. Does he have any connection to, there's a potential that we wouldn't be able to get the actual name unless we got it from someone else, but any connections to Hammerjack?
That wouldn't be something you could find on a data search.
You're running into this nasty situation where, on the one hand, there's a high likelihood that we should be able to keep him protected. But at the same time, the problem is that it looks like someone directly wants to damage this guy.
The problem is, they said 24 hours, didn't they?
Yes.
I have that written down.
Which...
That's going to be after the 9 a.m.
Exactly.
Fuck.
They're arranging this so that he'll be returned safely, but only after the potential media circus activates.
In which case, he'll probably just kill him. But...
Well, they wouldn't, but someone's probably going to try to kill them.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's why I thought it would be pertinent to offer them the opportunity to double their forces. Very messy.
Probably wasn't a good pick for this mission. I don't really have much I can do.
Well, to be fair, I was the one called, and I have basically no skills that would help.
Well, how about this? Your information broker contact. You say that he can get you floor plans and the like. So that probably means he knows something about the corporations that use those buildings.
So I have connection for loyalty 3, so do I roll for that and call him, or?
Yeah, sure. If you make a etiquette test and add in the loyalty, you can give him a call.
So that'd be just 3, because my etiquette is down because I took the drain from that spell that was kind of useless. 2 successes, that's not too bad.
Alright, you call him up. Yes?
Hey, can you get me any information about the Ares Corporation?
Specifics.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're one of the big 16, major corporation.
What do I want for specifics?
Maybe ask about, about Blinky specifically.
Ask about Belaniki and whoever he has on staff.
Yeah.
Particularly anyone with cybersec connections.
Check that. Check if he has any sort of... Because they said that it was something they didn't want to mess with, the Black Cats. So check to see if he has any sort of mafia connections or something. I don't know.
Do you know if Jonathan Belinky has any mafia connections or anybody working under him that might have some...
And probably check up to see who he is, because I imagine they don't know him offhand.
Or any information about him, or...
Yeah, all I know about him is that he's one of the execs at the downtown office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, might be able to look up more information about him if you give me time.
Yeah, sure.
How much time have we got left?
Well, we've probably pissed away an hour and a half or something, or 2 hours. We're just sitting in the van, just shooting ideas to each other.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, even if it takes him time, some information might be better than no information.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, yes. Let me know if you find anything.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Bye.
Bye.
The problem is we're basically grabbing at straws with this, and barring trying to take the comm-like information that we have from that meeting and do something extremely impolite and try to track it by GPS data, we don't have any way of knowing where he is. I also have no idea how that even translates into this world.
There are ways. But, I'm gonna say, Dr. Boom, enough time has passed, you might be able to call your Mafia contact again.
Alright.
Yeah, if you want to go down that route.
Number's blocked
Fantastic.
now, apparently.
Who's this guy? Just keep calling me.
Oh, you forgot to... Oh, that's just the loyalty, because you've got terrible charisma.
Yeah.
Yep, that's literally all I got.
And your loyalty is 2.
Yes. Look, I'm telling you, aside from, forgery is the closest thing to a relevant skill I have in this particular adventure.
Literally the only contact I have at this point is Raven. I'm not the only person who has Raven as a contact.
It's true.
Our face also does, and has considerably better time talking to people. Don't have a lot of leads, but...
But it's one way to find out if there is, in fact, a criminal connection there.
That's honestly the only way I would even think of where to go next.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 6.
Yahtzee.
Can I use that as an assist? No, because it wasn't. I'm assuming not, because it wasn't stated as such.
An assist to what, though?
Mafia.
Well, when Dr. Boom stops and thinks about it, he might know someone who actually would know a bit more about Belinky.
Oh?
Yeah, there's this dwarf who works for the Cascahillo named Ramses.
So I'm not crazy. I am crazy, but I'm not crazy.
And you haven't really worked with him, but you know the name.
Well, do I know where I could find him? Because that's it's probably more of an in-person thing.
Yeah, there's a place there the Cascahillos use as a front for some of their operations. It's called Marcel's.
Alright, I let everyone in on the information, and we head off towards Marcel's.
It's better than nothing. So how do we get in contact with this? What was his name?
Ramses.
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Yuko.
So, Marcel's is your classic American diner meets heavy punk. It's espousing all the street you can eat. The restaurant gets by a lot of the shock value of their waitstaff, who are all heavily tattooed and pierced or have undergone body mod surgery. Changelings who underwent serious changes are also hired. The food is decent, but higher priced than most diners. Primarily, the patrons are corporate wage slaves who want to add a little spice to their life by slumming it, and teenagers who desperately strive for whichever type of youthful rebellion will upset their parents the most. All of the waitstaff will gladly recommend their favorite body artists and give guests business cards to some of the best tattoo and piercing parlors in town. The Mafia, in particular the Cascahillos, has put a lot of time and effort into this place. You know that it's a bit of a front for talking and meeting. So, in a while to work through all the waiters and servers and comings and goings. It's a diner, it's still kind of busy this time of night. But you recognize Ramses in a booth. He's a broad-shouldered Chicano dwarf wearing a tight-fitting tank top and loose slacks.
Suppose someone should say hello.
Rose walks over. She's like, hey, can I buy you a drink?
The fuck are you?
Point. I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yeah?
What about that drink? Yes, no.
Alright.
Alright. So she just buys him a drink. Most likely he has something there, so she just asks the waiter to fill it up and she'd be paying for the tab. She sits down, she gestures her friends to come over, and she smiles.
What are you guys, some runners or something?
Or something. We're looking for information about a gentleman by the name of... what was his name? Jonathan Belinky.
Yeah.
Roll negotiation.
Oh god. Whoops.
Try again. You rolled 90 dice.
You win.
30 successes? Yeah, I think that's enough.
No, you
That
still
is
fail.
not 30 successes. That's only one success. What the hell? Boy.
He says, well, you're with the doctor over there, so I guess I could help. What do you want to know?
We need to know, well, put it bluntly, more about him. We know he has some sort of ties here with you. We just want to make sure he gets home safe. Safe and sound.
Wait, safe and sound? What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, you haven't heard?
Haven't heard what?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm gonna worry about it. You tell me what's going on.
Why do you need to worry about it? You his friend?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that we're tight.
In other words, he owes you money.
Yeah, possible.
Either
In
way.
that case, it's both in our best interest to be honest here. Would you agree?
Alright, so you tell me. Come on, what's going on?
Just let him know.
He's not at home right now. In fact, we don't know where he is. He was kidnapped and is currently being held hostage.
Oh, fuck's sake. Why? Who did this?
We don't know. We think, and honestly, it's kind of a wild guess, but a decker by the name of what did he even call himself? Black Hole or Hammerjack? Why'd I say Black Hole? Oh, because I had Final Fantasy XIV open. Sorry.
We don't have any certainty that that is the cause. However, it seems to be the only name that comes up.
I don't know nothing about no Hammerjack.
Yeah, didn't expect you to. But would you know how to find him? Not Hammerjack. Johnny. Jonathan Belinky.
I mean, we usually meet here, have lunch, that sort of thing. Listen, if he gets harmed, that's gonna be a problem for the both of us. Capiche?
Capiche.
Ask if there's anyone who would... if you could think of anyone who would actually do this, because so far Hammerjack is just a lead, but...
Yeah, that's true. Do you know of anyone who might want to see Mr. Belinky in some dire straits?
Nah, not really.
Should we... This is over subvocal, essentially. Should we mention the summit area at all? As the target appears to be more the owner rather than the captured.
Well, as you might know, he actually has a place up there, right? We didn't go anywhere to go to his place. It was at the summit, the ranch, or whatever.
It was a retreat. It's
The
like
retreat.
a hotel room.
Yeah. He has a place up at wherever it was. I tell him the place because my character would know and I do not.
Okay.
He is being not quite held hostage for his own sake, but rather for a specific gentleman who runs the retreat.
I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Works for me.
Look, is he in danger? Do I
yes.
need to take care of this, somebody?
We would like to take care of it.
Okay, so what am I here for?
You need to tell us if you know any way of locating this gentleman.
Nah, I got no idea how to locate him.
You said he only comes here. Meet him here.
I can talk to some people.
Who can you talk to?
Hey, I don't mean to brag,
People.
but I'm part of a pretty prestigious family.
Good for you.
Very good.
We take care of our own.
I see.
Means I'm in the mafia.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fuck. This is a bad time to do it on St. Paddy's Day.
It's like what comes to mind is just, unless you really want to spill the beans and let him know there may be, like, someone who's trying to cause trouble for Falcone, but I don't know if he gives a shit about Falcone.
He probably doesn't. But he said he doesn't know Falcone.
I said he had no idea what the fuck you said.
Yeah, because I was rambling like an idiot. Do you know a gentleman by the name of Falcone?
Who?
No. That's a no.
Okay.
I guess we're out of leads again.
We can't be. You said you had people that would possibly know. No, but they wouldn't know where he would be located.
Unless he has some form of internals that can be tracked.
He's a sinner, right? He's a sinner, right?
Yes, most likely.
I mean, fuck, they keep tags on those fuckers.
Yes, but I don't know that it tells you geopositional locations.
I can't see why not. Although, why wouldn't Falcone know?
Yeah.
Where's Tolvo?
You know, the other thing I'm thinking of is if we just waited the 24 hours, the person would come back just fine.
Yeah, but we wouldn't get the bonus. We would technically fail.
And potentially be burned on top of it.
Yes.
We basically need to find out who the hell the people are at the time. He should have asked how much the Black Cats were getting paid.
And if we could match it. No. They're professional though. They wouldn't just say, "Hey, I'll pay you double." Because she just outright threw my money back at me.
That's true. She didn't even want the original bribe. I was thinking in terms of the fact that there's dirt going on. There's something real fishy. At the same time, whoever it was who hired them, they were scared of. I'm still led to believe there's something going on that may be related to Ares directly.
Which leads us back to the hacker. Because he works for them.
Yes. The problem is we don't currently have the skill set to do anything to actually catch him.
We don't have any hackers. I mean, you and me, a hacker does not make.
No. We just proved that earlier.
Let's see.
Well, unless you want to...
I think the Black Cats are the only relevant lead at the moment.
Yeah, they kind of are. I mean, this was close.
Yeah, it's like, unless you want to try and tap that Roman freak again at the middle of the night.
I asked this gentleman in front of me, why does the Cascahilos have such a vested interest in Blinky?
Why? Because he's a great pal. He, let's say, gives us some free samples.
That is interesting.
Yeah, we do a bit of, market research for him.
Makes sense. Well, that explains this connection.
Uh-huh.
He isn't a part of it, but he gives some stuff off.
Yeah, he's good folk with them, so... That just tells us more about the man. Doesn't tell us more.
The thing is, if you're getting things from him, and something happens to him, that's gonna stop, isn't it?
Hell yeah, it's gonna stop. That's why I want to find out who's done this and do them in.
The thing is, it's not important who's been doing this, because they're just gonna give him back. The problem is, if this bribe doesn't go through, and it won't, of course not, he's gonna fucking die. So the people who are blackmailing are the people who I want to.
Yeah, those are the main target.
But wait,
Capiche?
isn't the...
No.
What?
And you see the problem we're having here right now.
What?
The people who are doing the kidnapping are not the same people who are doing the blackmailing.
So why don't we just waste them?
I mean, I guess we could do that, but that wouldn't get us anywhere.
Get me my guns back?
That would get you your guns back. However, it would keep the person out there that did this in the first place alive. Do you understand that?
Temporary solution for a permanent problem.
Probably thinks
There
he can
you
just
go.
do it again.
Who the fuck is he, and why should I care?
That's the thing. If, say, we go out and waste the people who are holding this guy. Let's just say we do that. That's fun. It's fun. You know, a couple shotgun shells in the face. That solves the problem right now. But that doesn't stop this gentleman from just doing this again. Or this woman, or whoever the fuck.
It'll just happen all over again.
Well, it solves my problem.
For now.
Who's to say that the same person doesn't decide that he's an easy target and can be ransomed another time, and another, and another?
This gentleman doesn't give a shit about, or this blackmailer doesn't give a shit about Belinky. He'll kill him if he needs to.
But, wait, now I'm all confused.
I can see that.
I thought you said this guy what doing the blackmailing is not the guy what's doing the kidnapping.
Yeah, he hired someone. If we just get the person he hired, who's to stop him from hiring someone else and doing this all over again?
Listen, my friend. I'll tell you, Ramses, I'll tell you who did this kidnapping. But, call it professional's pride. I don't want them dead. At least not for this. They're just doing their job. Just like you're doing your job. Just like I'm doing my job. I want to fuck with the person who told them to do their job.
Well, you're not doing your job if you're not getting him back.
Do you know who the Black Cats are?
No.
Okay. Well, I suggest you find that out and tell us.
Alright.
Tell us where they usually hang out, and then we'll take care of the rest for you. Mr. Belinky will be just fine. Leave it to us. If I need to shoot
that's
ahead.
What I want to hear.
Well, there
That's
you go.
what I want to hear.
I just don't want
All
you going off and shooting one of these ladies. Is that clear?
Alright, you know what? That's a good plan. You know what? You guys can dirty your hands. That's your job.
Yeah.
I'll be here. I got this. Alright.
Thank you.
You know what? I know the doctor. I know how to get in touch.
Alright. Well then, enjoy your drink, sir. Next one's on
Yeah. Have a good night.
She drops down 20.
Continuing your just throw money at things.
Throw money at things until I win.
Throw money at the problem, eventually it'll sort itself out. Well, we've got a little bit of multiprocessing going in the contact sphere at this point. People trying to find more information. There's a limit to how much I can actually do. I mean, I can try to track down that transponder, but what difference is it going to make?
Oh, right.
Would have been a great time for us to have a tracker in place instead.
The problem is, how do we pin this on someone? I don't even give a shit who we're pinning this on. As long as we get that bonus, I'm happy.
So, it's about 10 minutes later when Ghost gets his call back.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. Think I got the info for you.
Oh, cool. What's up?
Well, think a little bit, he's asking for money for the
100
information.
credit or Nuyen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I've run out of ways to say grease the gears. Alright, so, Blinky, right?
Yeah.
He is this big shot guy down at the Ares office in the R&D department. Word is, he's moving up in the world. He's on a short list for the next VP position. In fact, as I understand it, he set off a few alarms with how fast he's been climbing that ladder.
Okay.
upper management took a look at this rapid ascension, and they put it under advisement. Sounds like they want to test his loyalty.
Ah, that would explain the kidnapping.
Would it?
That'd be a pretty good way to test it, wouldn't it?
I suppose. I mean, the rapid ascension, that's explained by the Mafia.
But if they were testing his loyalty with this, that would mean that they were trying to do something that would... This is going back to them wanting to damage that ranch for some reason unknown.
Well, we already know that the ransom and the group that did the kidnapping are mostly unrelated. So
Wait. So, here's my take on this. Ares stages the kidnapping for whatever reason. However, what was this gentleman's name again? I always fucking forget.
Hammerjack.
Hammerjack works for Ares, as far as we know. Ares, maybe this hacker has, like, he's working with that, but he wants to get his own revenge in. Like, it connects together that way, because Falcone knew friggin' Hammerjack, and he works for Ares, and Ares did the kidnapping. And this is sounding like a really, really weird conspiracy there.
But then that's how he knew the kidnapping took place.
Yeah.
So he took advantage of it. It does make some sort of sense.
I mean, it's the out of character. It's the information we would give to the GM, and that's the only way I can fit that together, given from the GM.
Yes, but where do we go from here? I mean, do we have any information, given what you just got from that call, related to what's going on here? Like, do we have any other names? Do we have any information about hackers who may be under his employ, under that of... I mean, he's an R&D. He's not directly involved in... He's not directly involved in the cybersec side of things, so... 24 hours is...
Wasn't cybersec mentioned at some point, though? I remember it being mentioned at some point.
No. Belinki's job is unrelated to cybersecurity.
No, around Hammerjack, not Belinki.
That's because Hammerjack is a Decker. I believe he's currently working for Ares as a cybersec agent. We got that information from Tabby, correct?
I believe you got that information from Falcone.
Yeah, we got it from Falcone. Tabby is just the one that says the person who's most likely to smear.
Oh, mentioned the connection, and then he was the one who mentioned that it's with Ares. But we can't get any information about actually what his name is, and Falcone is probably not too keen on telling us. At least we can try.
We can try, and if nothing else, if things don't pan out, I'm just going to kind of lay into him with all the information we have and say, you're leaving something important out, spit it out, or I'll...
Biggest problem is, if we're dealing with a Decker, I don't think we should go toe-to-toe with a Decker in their home domain, and I don't want to put my node at risk, so we would need to find out who he is, what his contact information is, where he rests his head.
But for Deckers, they usually don't give that information out, do they?
It would seem unwise.
So, what is the plan?
So, we might know where they're going to be if the Ramses comes through. At least for Black Cats. I just don't know how we convince the Black Cats just to give him up. I mean, unless we can convince them that... God, I really hope that this Hammerjack guy isn't a fucking...
a red herring?
Yeah, that's gonna suck so much. If we convince them that this guy is the guy, then maybe somehow... Fuck.
So, what, besides what Ramses or whatever his name is probably doing, what else do we actually need?
We need to find Hammerjack.
Okay.
Is it possible? Because we got that contact of Mark Longfeather, and he has a connection of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that he would know if I threw enough money at him?
He may be able to obtain information. He may be able to use that.
It might be more difficult for him to find information involving a Decker.
Yeah, because he's a Johnson.
Yeah. We don't really have much in the way of contacts of that type, and
A fenter would only be good for that kind of thing.
I highly doubt that I would be able to obtain any information just from a general matrix dive.
Can I just call it beef again?
If you'd like.
You like beef a lot.
I like beef.
Fast beef.
Okay, so I need to roll my negotiation plus beef.
Etiquette plus beef.
Etiquette plus beef. Sorry, they're the same roll.
Yeah.
So. Oh, come on, only 3 successes. Fuck
Hey, row!
Beef. I need to find a decker, a hacker, whatever you want to call him, by the name of Hammerjack. I need to find out where he rests his head. I need to find out what he is doing. If you can find this out for me before the end of the night, I will toss 2,000 your way, just for funsies. Can you do that?
Man, I can tell you about him. Look, he's one of those Decker types, right?
Yeah.
He's a real freakazoid. You can talk to him, and he just, like, spaces out and comes back. So, I hear he's got a beef with a man named Falcone.
You always. Seriously, beef.
Why?
Seriously, beef.
Like, come on. Come on.
Seriously, beef. Come on,
Come on.
beef.
Yeah,
Look,
Pretty sure I mentioned Falcone earlier.
I hear that there's data searches that he's sending perpetually flowing out of Union Station.
Union Station.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's what people tell me. They say that there's a lot of, what do they call it, traffic going through there.
Yeah, well, it's a station. Okay.
No, Matrix traffic.
Okay. Do you have any idea what he looks like?
Nah.
Okay. Any idea what his Matrix alias looks like? Big old hammer or something?
I guess so. I mean, hang out on the internet, and what are you gonna do, right?
Okay. Beef,
Arrow.
I'm gonna go back on my word. You're not getting 2,000.
What?
You're only gonna get 1,500.
Well, alright.
I think you'll survive.
Nah, yeah.
You owe me. Or maybe I owe you. I'm not sure. What are we at now?
I don't know, you're paying me.
Yeah, that's true. Alright. Love you, Beef. Talk to you later.
I love you too, Ro. Keep on rocking.
Will do.
tangled mess.
She just throws money.
Well, we have a location.
Do we need to know what he looks like? Maybe my feather might know what he looks like.
May be able to gather that, or you may be able to gather if there's someone who meets the spaced out description from whoever's running Union Station. So what I'm getting from this is we go there and we start scanning, try and get a decent bead on any local traffic, basically.
Yeah, right?
Well, it's gonna be from everywhere, but... Alright, so we go to this station.
Okay.
Wait, should we find out what he looks like first, or are we just gonna go with it?
Do you want to try and find out?
It's gonna be hard.
Can I just use my common sense here and guess if my fencer would or would not know in the interest of time?
Nah, probably not, no.
Okay, then moving on.
Yeah. Can I disguise... Well, I can't disguise the dog.
Buff.
Buff.
You can give him a pattern that he could put on his mimetic skin.
Dog can go invisible.
That too.
Yeah, that's true. Dog, go invisible.
Okay.
I can make things invisible too.
Do I need to roll disguise for everyone, or just once?
Let's say just once.
Okay. Do like the face masks or the disguise kits give me any bonus? Do you know?
Technically.
I'm not seeing. Technically? Okay.
I use detect enemies to try to find him.
I don't think it works that way.
Please.
Oh, jeez. Okay, my disguise check is 7. Should I add any bonus?
No, just roll it.
That's not bad for 7. So, Ro breaks out her makeup kit and pretties everyone up, or at least makes them look different than how they normally look.
Okay. So, you get to Union Square, and I suppose you start canvassing the area, basically.
Right. Looking for anyone that's stationary or...
So, it's around midnight when Dr. Boom gets a call.
Yellow.
Answering the call, you are met by a hollow-sounding voice carried across a huge chasm.
Aeroson, move closer to the mic.
I don't get it.
Greetings, old boy. We need to talk about how badly you've just been screwed by a man named Falcone. Good. Now that I have your attention, meet me in an hour. Room 3141 of the Hub's Avatar Assassin Guild Hall. VR only. The name's Void. You'll recognize me. With that, the line goes dead.
Did you just name him Void because I accidentally called Hammer Watch or whatever his name is Black Hole?
No.
Hammerjack.
Hammerjack.
Hammerjack, Black Hole.
I'm also gonna roll my hearing check because I have enhanced hearing.
Well, he's not physically here, so that won't help.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the area.
It was going directly to his,
Are we not in the station yet?
Yeah, that was coming from Matrix traffic.
I didn't know if he was, like, altering his voice or something. I'm still gonna listen to things.
Sure.
Fuck. I used up all my good rolls.
You hear all the things.
Do I hear clicking and clacking of keys on a retro decking board?
No.
Yes.
But
That's my perception.
Quan Lou does manage to trace the call.
Who does?
I was using my radio scanner. Have that embedded for a reason. So, what information can we glean about where that was coming from?
You can find the public access terminal that he is using.
Better than nothing. Also means that we can...
Not really, he called from a library.
He called 2 seconds ago.
Alright, well, where is this public access terminal?
Alright, well, you track it down and you do indeed find a old decker guy. He's clearly carrying his big, clunky deck with him.
Okay.
When he sees you, he seems to recognize you, and fear comes across his face.
I have a control actions that might be useful here.
Possibly.
So at least he doesn't run.
Make sure he doesn't use his deck either.
So, I will roll for that, I guess. 2, because I forgot.
Let's say, yes, you can control his actions.
I have to resist the drain now.
Sure.
And I don't, and that probably actually hurts me because I only have the 3 stun thing.
Sure, yeah.
How much damage am I taking? Or what do I do?
Numbers.
Anyway, so I stop him from making any, like, sudden moves, or I stop him from using the Matrix stuff, I guess. That kind of stuff.
Okay, what was the force of your spell?
It was, like, the force I used was 2, I think.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, you don't take any drain.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, you have him, and he is not able to do actions.
Rose takes away his decking board.
Alright.
And she smiles. So it was you.
Yeah.
And, let's see. Do I have anything that can restrain him to look through my stuff? I don't think I have any handcuffs.
Oh no, why didn't we hire Bones?
Okay, let's see. And no, I don't. I should invest in those. Marking it on my notes.
Okay.
Invest in handcuffs.
In the meantime, words may be more useful than zip ties.
I'm still technically have control of his action, so he's not exactly moving right now.
Well, how long does that last?
I don't know. CompuFreak?
CompuFreak?
Long enough. ...
Sounds good.
Okay, so. Why?
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 Have you ever had a bad run? Have you ever had the worst run?
Not the worst. This has been pretty frustrating, though.
Have you ever had someone screw you over?
Oh, that's happening right now, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, go on.
Falcone is slime.
Okay, why is he slime?
I'll tell you why. I was doing a run for him. Supposed to be simple data extraction, they said. They didn't tell us about the second team.
Okay.
It's jacked into their system when the newcomers showed up. They loaded a worm into the first computer they crossed their vision. All my carefully laid... And then...
So basically, you tried to lay out this big, complicated plan, and because of some reckless newcomers, you got screwed over. Everything went off. I'm assuming alarms, viruses.
He kind of just
Your cover.
fades out and stares into space.
Is there any Matrix traffic active from him?
No.
Oh dear.
Well, I think we have our man.
Did you
What?
get burned?
What? Who are... Why can't I move?
I think he may have come across some very nasty black ice in the past.
I'm guessing that. Here, have this. Can Ro, like, slip him something?
Just passing him money.
No, I'm talking about drugs. Can Ro feed him drugs?
Well, he can't resist.
But it's only for a couple minutes.
We need something to knock him out. Or can I just make him walk all the way to where we need him to go?
Well, no, this will make him, like, disoriented. This will make him, like, let's see, intense giddiness, lassitude, and mild hallucinations.
Is that the one that also weakens willpower?
No, it doesn't do anything to his stats. I can also give him another one that does...
Let's not make him functionally useless for the...
Why do you want him to be tripping balls? What is the purpose?
Because I'm gonna hand this guy over to Falcone and get my goddamn bonus.
Alright.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, I just look at him and ask if he knows who Mr. Blinky is.
Yeah. It's the guy who got kidnapped.
Were you the one who paid for the kidnapping, or orchestrated, or whatever? What do you know about the kidnapping, essentially?
It was ordered by someone higher up in Ares. I'm just trying to take advantage of it.
Take advantage how?
Take advantage because it happened on...
I didn't say why, I said how.
Happened on Falcone's place, and I could use that against him.
Makes
Set
sense.
up blackmail. I could make everyone see what a terrible person he was, what he did to me, what he did.
Falcone did.
What?
Wow, you are burnt.
Alright, so here is what happened. Falcone paid for the kidnapping. This guy just dropped off a letter saying, if you don't pay the ransom, he'll put up saying, like, this person was allowed to die because Falcone. And now Falcone just wants us to kill the black cats and get the person back so he doesn't have to deal with any.
So wait a minute. The ransom note is unrelated to anyone except for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. The black cats won't cough up the guy early, so therein comes the problem where we come in.
Ares did the kidnapping. This guy works for Ares. He took advantage of it. Honestly, I'm all more willing just to drive this guy over to Falcone, give him the story.
We should basically tell the whole thing, and we should probably keep a close connection with our Black Cat contact if at all possible, and just make sure everything's still okay.
And then we also have the Void contact in a little bit.
I think we're currently talking to him.
Yeah, you traced him here.
Yeah.
I traced the call, and we ended up speaking to the guy. He was trying to pretend to be someone else.
Yeah. If you study his deck, you'll find that Hammerjack and Void use the same ID, essentially.
Yeah, checking the deck in like 2 seconds should give me that response. I wouldn't even need to contact the deck. All I'd need to do is ping it.
Yeah, basically.
That doesn't even put me at threat.
Okay, so we have Hammerjack. Do we go back to Falcone?
I think it might be a good idea to do that, and also potentially, if we can, to call Blackfoot.
I think we should get with the Black Cats first, explain the whole situation as we've determined, and see if everything matches up. Then confront them with what we know.
In the meantime, in the van, Quan is going to be standing on top of the deactivated deck the entire time, and if that man even so much as moves within 2 meters of it,
Yep.
he's going to growl.
Yeah, he's not gonna fight you. He's disarmed.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do.
He joined the other guy in the van that we kidnapped during food fight.
We're just keeping a pile of kidnapped people in the back of the van.
Yes.
You mean during the session that never happened?
Okay. I believe it is time to do some cleanup here.
Yay. That's what we were hired to do.
Mhm.
I don't want to kill the Black Cats. Rose got some respect. Got some respect for lady assassin ladies, or bodyguards, or whatever they are. Shadowrunners.
No one had to die. Not a single shot had to be fired.
If this guy does anything, he's gonna get a shot to the gut. Is he wearing any body armor, by the way?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you call up the cats, they understand they're still going to follow out their mission,
Okay.
which is to release him on time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You call up Falcone, he says, well, if they're not going to harm him, then that's okay. And now that you have the ransoming guy, there's no need to worry about it.
Alright. And Ro, because I PM'd you something, Ro plays the, or gives him the recording.
Yeah. And he's like, okay. So that's all the evidence he needs.
Ro secretly recorded it from all of you. I don't know why I had to hide that from you, but she did.
Okay.
She recorded that whole conversation, or at least half of it, with Hammerjack.
It was probably good to have some evidence.
So, you get paid.
Yeah.
You get the 4,000 for finding the Linky. You get the 1,000 bonus for turning in Hammerjack. And the additional 1,000 up front.
Did we get the 1,000 at the beginning?
Yes.
Yeah. So total 6,000
Yes.
Each your total.
each.
Alright, and I give the bonus as going to Tabby.
And I send the 15k, or 1,500 rather, over to Beef.
Alright.
Ro's a lady of her word.
Alright. So, you earn 1 point of karma for successfully completing your mission.
Yay.
You earn 1 point of karma for finding and stopping Hammerjack. And you earn 1 point of karma for approaching the Black Cats peacefully.
Yay.
We did surprisingly well.
Yay. I'm not a complete failure. Also, she offers, if they ever want to get a drink or something, she's up for it. To the Black Cats.
They're still kind of skittish.
Well, our job was literally to kill them, and we just avoided that.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, it's fine that you didn't kill each other and all, but next time you might have to kill each other.
And they're not too happy
Yeah.
about that.
Nothing personal, just business.
Yeah, but, yeah. Man,
Yeah.
my New Yen's getting up there. Not as up there as it should be. Let's see. Yeah, I should be like 3,000 New Yen more than I have.
Throw money. Guild
Yep.
toss.
I just threw over 3,000 New Yen in these past 2 sessions.
If you need to, we can try and pool to make up for the difference.
No, don't worry about me.
But you do seem to have a steady flow of income which may be capable of balancing that out.
Don't
Yeah,
worry
that's
about
awfully
it.
cooperative for you. Remember, you're all criminals.
Yeah.
It's your money
Just-
fair and square.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, screwing over people you regularly work with is a bad idea, even in
Yeah.
criminal activities.
Was Boom gonna give me anything? Doesn't really need to.
Is he?
I don't know. He said he was gonna split the 200. He didn't.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, I'll put New Yen gained 100 from Dr. Boom.
Okay.
Also, I feel bad for Dr. Boom. He didn't get to blow anything up.
Oh, trust me, if things would have gone differently, or if we hadn't come up with clues, my next plan was to just hand a hammer a remote-controlled stick of dynamite saying, start talking, I'll be over here. If I don't like the answer, I'm sick of the shit, and you're going boom.
Quan's original plan was actually to basically appear in front of Hammerjack with a light machine gun drawn. And that became completely unnecessary.
So he basically could see us, like our avatars, for what we really were, because we were in disguise. Or maybe my disguise was just shit, I don't know.
It didn't matter. You found him.
Okay. Oh,
He inferred from the fact that there were 3 people who were heading straight towards him and a disembodied voice above his head that something was up.
And then he couldn't move.
how do you spell Blinky?
Belieniky.
No, I don't think that's it.
That's not how you spell Blinky the ghost.
Okay, I'm stopping recording.
Yay!
Like the Pac-Man ghost.